Great, good morning, bye-bye.
Yeah, guys, just figured I'd do some, I don't know, some reviews, I guess, on some of the radio equipment that I have here over the next couple of videos. And the first one I'll start off would be with the AOR AR8600. And I do have other radios here that I'm going to do some reviews on. But we'll start with the AR8600. And I'm no expert by no means when it comes to doing reviews, but I do know a few pros and cons when it comes to certain radios. And I won't be down talking any other radio out there other than what I'm talking, than what the review is about. And because basically it's about this radio. I'm going to tell you a few of the cons and the pros of this radio that I've had since I've owned it, and which was a few months. A couple of months anyway. So first off, what I like about this feller, this AR8600, it is 100% computer programmable. You can run it by a free software from AOR, and you can also get any type of serial cable, a DB25 to DB9 computer cable, same as you'd use for a packet radio TNC or trying to wire up printers to a computer. Communication data cables. Anyway, the AR8600 is a multi-band, multi-mode, all-frequency receiver. It has multiple features, and it's got different steps. It's got attenuators. It's got loads of channels, a few different ways of changing frequencies, and you've got the VFO here. They can change frequencies. You can also use the up and down to change frequencies, or you can just hold it in and she'll step up through. And if you want to go higher frequency or a step bigger, then you use the side buttons here, and it'll go up in 10 kilohertz steps versus 1 kilohertz steps, or 1 hertz steps rather. So anyways, yeah, it's got a band scope built in, so it goes 10 megahertz of your marker frequency, which is the center frequency, which would be 7.130 there now, and it'll tune 10 megahertz to the center. The center of the 10 megahertz spread would be 7.130. So it'll tune between those 10 megahertz of band spread, which is pretty cool. You've got dual VFOs. You have VFO A, VFO B. Select that by changing your VFO here, button. You can change your VFO. And you've also got a scan. So you can scan mountainous amounts of channels. The radio also has different search banks. Certain segments of bands that you can search through. You can change the steps, increment steps, configure. You can just get your power and volume. Get squelch there. It has a B&C chassis mount connector on the back. It's not a PL259, it's B&C. And the back of the AR8600 also has multiple slots for add-on cards that you can use with this radio. You can also use computer software as well. Like you run PSK, RTTY, voice inversion, whatever. You get your computer. You can run the audio from the receiver to the computer, and the computer can do pretty much what the cards can do in the back. The cards are like about between $50 and $100 a shot for each card, and I think she can hold like 6 of them, including a basic P25 card that's out there too that you can fit into this radio. The pros I like about the radio, the display is fairly big. I like the display. It's easy to punch in frequencies. It's easy to tune through, except for that click in the knob and the selector, but that's not here nor there. The backlight can be changed to different settings. You can turn it off, or you can dim it out, or you can turn it off altogether if you like. It has lots of channels you can program. Each channel that you program is also alphanumeric, so you can call them basically what they are. You get the name of the company there, the frequency. They tell you the mode and your channel, which is Bank A, channel 49, 12.5 kilohertz steps. The only thing that there's one thing about this radio that is kind of annoying, is that you always seem to have the attenuator on shortwave. It's kind of odd, but otherwise, if you turn off the attenuator, the S meter is always pinned. The S meter don't seem to be, I don't know, correct, for lack of a better word, for HF. But if you turn on the attenuator, then the S meter actually seems to be working normally. The sensitivity is great on this receiver, I have to say. It's multi-mode. As I can change the different modes here. You've got lower sideband, CW, auto, which will auto change the modes depending on what frequency you're on. Wide FM, narrow FM, standard FM, wide AM, regular AM, narrow AM, and upper sideband. So it's a pile of different modes. The radio is very stable in regards to staying on frequency. It don't drift at all. It's dead smack on. Whatever frequency you set her on, it's there. It don't move. There's no drift. There's no nutting. She's solid. So the AR8600 is a dandy looking radio. It's great. It has a small footprint. It's not a huge radio. It's roughly the same size as the 706, the ICOM 706 that I have here. Radios are roughly the same physical size. And the weight of the AR8600 is comparable with the 706. And the AR8600 is heavily shielded, so there's not a lot of outside interference will bother this receiver, other than what's coming in through the antenna jack. So overall, I really don't have too much, bad to say about the AR8600. It's a nice receiver. The only thing that if I was personally have to go out and buy this radio, The cost of it is about $1,000. Anywhere between $600 to $1,000 to buy this radio, and that's U.S. funds. So the radio is quite expensive to purchase new. I managed to get her second hand, and it's a great radio. And will I ever part with it? Very doubtful. I doubt very much I'll ever part with the 8600. It's a nice little radio. And the price is, and a full HF radio would be the same price as one of these. So it's, I guess it's depending on what the hobbyist wants. Either you want a HF radio that'll just do HF, and but the AOR 8600 is a multi-band radio, and it can go right up to 3 gigahertz. 3 gig, and let me see. It goes, let's see here. See how far now we can get her. Yeah, 100 kilohertz. So it goes from 100 kilohertz to 3 gigahertz. There's no gaps. So in the 800 megahertz band, there are no gaps at all anywhere. She runs straight through from 100 kilohertz to 3 gigahertz with no gap at all. She is straight through, no problem. So anyway, that's just a little something there on the AOR 8600 by AOR. And if there's any other questions or comments, whatever you want to say about the AOR 8600, just post them below in the comments down there, and I'll answer them the best of my ability. Like I say, I'm no expert at this these reviews by no means, but well, like I say, if you have any questions, comments, anything at all about the AOR 8600, let me know, and we'll see what we can do for you. Anyway, guys, take care, all the best, and I'll say 7-3. And until next time, remember, parts mean life. All the best.